Jimmy with Cuffin Stuff. Well, I'm a little excited about this one. We're gonna do our first cook on the new smoker, the Old Country Smokehouse Smoker. Now, this is a vertical water smoker. I've already burned it in, I've seasoned it. Our first cook is gonna be a whole chicken. Chicken is the easiest thing, it's the most forgiving, and it's the best way I know to learn a new cooker is do chicken to start with. So that's what we're gonna do. So, hang tight. Okay, well, let's pull this out a little bit, see if we can dip these hot coals in. Now, all I'm doing, I'm going to save that one. I'm going to get this cranked off with a couple of smaller ones. All right, so we'll let that catch up. You notice I've got 2 fire bricks, one on each side. That seems to direct the heat up instead of out. And I've got a split on both sides. I'm sure you can see this one and this one. I'm gonna let them warm up. I've got sort of a windy day out here to do the first cook on, but there's the start of the fire for our first cook. Now, if you notice up here, I've got the middle shelf in, the top and the bottom shelf I have out. So I'm cooking a whole chicken on this, and that's my advice to anybody is if you're going to start off with a new cooker you don't know, start with chicken. It's just much more forgiving and you can really tell what a cooker is gonna do. So I've got water in the water pan. My fire down here you can see is starting to catch up. So I'm going to open the vents, close up the fire door, and let's see, I guess that's it until I get cranked off. So we're off. Okay, well, this is just a hair over a 5-pound chicken, all right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the chicken down in the pan. I'm gonna use 2 things on this chicken, and we're gonna make this just as simple as we possibly can. And the first one, of course, is Uncle Steve Shake. This is Competition Bird Shake. It is hard to find anything that beats Bird Shake when it comes to chicken. Now I'm gonna put that down inside liberally, and you know I'm probably gonna use my favorite. Again, Uncle Steve's. This is South Texas Red. We gotta have a little South Texas Red down inside there. All right, and as you see, some has fallen through, so I have coated him pretty doggone well. Now, I'm gonna put him on this stand, like that. Let me wipe these hands off again. All right. So, with the Bird Shake, I'll get the back, the wings, breast. Let's cover him good. I want to get a good coating on this outside skin. We're gonna make him look pretty. All right, open out there, Winnie. There you go. All right, and put a good covering of South Texas red. All right, now look at that. Going over the other one, and I'm gonna dump that right in the top. There you go. All right, now that's all I'm gonna do to prep him. I'm gonna cook him just like that. Once I get the smoker ready, I'm gonna take him over and put him in. And when I do, I'll bring you back. All right, well, we've hit the temperature we wanted for the smoker. We've got our little chicken here ready. I'm just gonna set him in, let's see, yeah, like this. And I'm gonna open that leg out, and I'm gonna open that leg out. Let me move this over a little bit. All right, now I have a probe for the smoker temperature, and let's see. Well, I tell you what, let's turn him around and let's stick him in this big breast right here. There we go, right down in the middle of it. And I'm gonna run the wire over here and out. Now, I guess kind of an addition to what I showed you when I did the burnout and seasoned it. If you didn't get to see that, I'll take and put a link up here at the top. I have since added lava lock around the top of this and boarded it, make the cabinet seal up tight. Just like that. All right, well, there we are. Our cook is off. We're gonna monitor the temperature of the chicken and the cooker, and we'll bring you back. All right, well, let's check on the fire here. We're an hour in, and something I have been amazed. Now, this thing does burn a considerable amount of wood. A lot more than my other stick burner, I'll have to say. But what amazes me is that I can take a piece of wood like that and just chunk it in, and of course I'm letting it dry, but let me get out of the way here. Look how fast that catches. Now you get a little bit of smoke at the beginning when you first put it in, but look, I mean, it catches just right up. I have been well pleased so far with this smoker, how clean a smoke it has burned. Now, while we're at it, let's take a look. All right, hope you can see the water pan in here. She's bubbling away with steam and whatnot. We're starting to get a little color on our chicken. It's looking good all the way around. So we're doing good. Now, of course, only an hour in, you know that we're nowhere near cooking time, but I'm keeping up with it. Right now, we've been running between 250 and 270 in the cooking chamber, and we're not quite to 100 degrees on our chicken. So we're gonna keep plugging along.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to get you up there so you can see it. One of the things that I have really been impressed with this smoker is how clean the fire is. I mean, it hadn't been 5 minutes since I put a split in the firebox, and it's running just as clean. There's a light whisper of smoke that comes out of it. Now, in my other one, most of the time, I can get it down, now that I've dialed it in, to where you just see heat coming out. But this thing is about that way just right off the bat. So I have been real impressed. Another thing that I like about this cooker is if you look, all three of the gauges, which are pretty close to where the racks are in it, are pretty much the same. Now, the bottom one, which is right over the water pan, you would expect it to be a little bit, and there's not much difference between it and the middle, and the top is a little bit higher, but not a lot. So this thing holds pretty steady top to bottom. That has really been something that has impressed me. Now, downside on this thing is, let me tell you, it eats wood. You better stay with it, because you'll watch the temperature start to drop, and the wood, it will be just about burned up. It burns clean, but it burns it up pretty quick. So anyway, let's keep plugging with this cook. Okay, well, we've hit our temp. That's warm. All right. We're gonna glaze this baby down a little bit. Now, this glaze has not been refrigerated. This is, of course, from South Carolina. It is a mustard base. All right, we are gonna let this chicken with the glaze set. We've let this rest for a minute. Let's slice into it. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Low and slow. It is definitely hard to beat. This is just as tender. Let me cut a piece off here. Well, I definitely am going to try this. There you go. Let's see. Let's try it. My goodness. Oh. My goodness, that's good. Juicy. It's as tender as it can be. Melts like butter. Oh my goodness, this is good. Well, for the first cook on the new cooker, thumbs up. She did good. The only downside that I see so far is it really eats the wood. Takes a lot of wood. Now, these are smaller splits that I've got cut for the offset, and that may be part of the problem. I may need to go with this cooker with bigger splits, and I probably do, but oh my goodness, it burns clean smoke from the get-go, and the temperature holds just right in there.
So I have no complaints. The chicken, perfect. That smoked chicken. This really wasn't about how to cook the chicken. It was more about the smoker. I appreciate you guys hanging around and watching this cook, seeing how the new smoker did. If you haven't already, hit the circle on this side. And I'll have another video for you over here. Until next time, hang tight.